Hey guys, so we're going to talk about when your workouts can become more intense. I have everybody ramp down their workout because working out can be a stress on the body, especially with someone who has adrenal fatigue. A lot of you guys develop that because you have like families and jobs, you're not sleeping well, the food, you might have leaky gut, which creates like you guys have skipped breakfast, you're drinking coffee. This puts a stress on your adrenals. So a lot of people that do keto, like I was explaining in the last video, will have like weird effects, like they become hypoglycemic, or they have heavy menstrual cycles, or their hair starts falling out, and they're not doing keto to their optimal capacity. They think they are, but they are not. So things like HIIT training, not good, because when you get your breath up like that, that's a lot of stress on the adrenals. The body does that type of stress when it's in the fight or flight mode. You've got to have healthy adrenals for that to happen. Okay, also any type of heavy lifting, when you're trying to adapt, you probably will show really high glucose numbers. It's really good to test your blood sugar at least 30 minutes after a workout, once the breath and the heart rate has gone down, to see what your resting, not heart rate, but what your resting glucose numbers are. That's really important when you're trying to figure out when you can start doing things like HIIT training. Now, you can only do things like HIIT training cycles when you actually start to heal your adrenals and potentially your gut and get your sleep on point. Yes, that includes heavy lifting, any type of strenuous workouts. You always start low and work yourself up. Yes, I said to work out before 2 p.m. because you're having a circadian shift cycle around 3, where cortisol is supposed to drop and melatonin is supposed to rise, and when you work out later, cortisol just goes back up. And a lot of you guys aren't sleeping in enough REM state deep sleep cycles. So it's really important that the first month, use that glucometer. You only need to test your ketones once or twice a month because they're expensive. But glucose, you get $100 and you can test all day long. Yes. So working out is important in your keto adaptation. Doing nothing is bad, and doing too much is bad. So and if you've got injuries, sit your butt on a chair. And you can do, if you have shoulder injuries, you can do biceps, right? Because this position is not hard on the AC joint and the shoulder girdle. So you just don't do zero. For those who are overweight, who haven't worked out for a while, even if you sit your ass down on a chair, and I will show more workouts. Somebody asked me to show a chair workout, which is what I'll show now that I'm back, because in South Africa, the Wi-Fi was terrible. So you must work out on keto. You're not going to lose weight in the very beginning. That's my next thing I'm going to talk about, is losing weight and when to lose weight, when not to, because when you're trying to adapt, it's not about losing weight. But you have to work out because you want to have nice, deep response in the muscle cells. Remember, muscle burns fat at rest and it makes ketones. But when it's done correctly, peace.